Well, hey there, everyone. It is John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur here. Welcome there, Corinna. Nice of you to stop by. So, if you are new to any of the streams, especially this one, Inspirations for Your Life, I got to get a little water there, a little parched. That's better. You'll notice a QR code at the top right. Just take your phone, scan the QR code. If you're having any problems getting to the QR code, well, that actually will get you to my link tree, linktr.ee/JOHNCMORLEY, serial entrepreneur, SERIALENTREPRENEUR. And that'll get you to all the great stuff that I do. If you are coming back, well, welcome back. It is great to have old friends, colleagues, and associates back here on the channel. And hopefully many of my new people will become just as loyal as many of my existing subscribers. So tonight, we are going to talk about something that we keep talking about, but it's really, really important. And that is this. What's one step you can take to get closer to your goals? So I'd like you to, of course, give me a like, love, encourage, mark, whatever you can, depending on what platform you're on. And then what I want you to do is, of course, I would love you to comment below. What's one thing you want to get closer to, but you feel like you can't because you don't know what step to take? All right. Then tag your friends, your colleagues, and your associates, and be sure to share it off to them at the end of this broadcast. So when we talk about getting closer, right? When somebody gets closer to something, that's usually a good thing. And so, especially when we're talking about getting closer to our goals, we want to know how to get closer to them. We don't want to get past them. We want to get close to them so we can enjoy them, so that we can absorb that great abundance that comes from them. So what is it in life that you want to achieve? Maybe, I don't know, today is a beautiful day outside. Maybe you want to get some exercise. So what's one step you could actually take to be able to get more exercise? Well, first step you need to take is to make the decision to do it. Second thing you need to do is get outside, or you could do something inside. Maybe you're going to lift. Maybe you're going to do weights this way. You're going to do chest presses, shoulder or leg lunges. I love to do planks every morning and every night, 3 minutes. But when we talk about getting closer to something, I feel like we sometimes get farther from it. Why is that? Really simple. It's because we want to reach something so quickly, but we miss the caveats of the nuances that come in the line. And so what do you need to do to actually achieve your goals, right? How do you get closer to them? So let's not talk about totally achieving them. Let's talk about just getting closer to them. What can you do right now if you would like to be, I've got a picture here in my office of a sailor. I'd love to go sailing. What could you do to become a good sailor? Well, one thing you could do is you could watch the National Cup. You could go on a sailboat, maybe find somebody that knows how to sail like myself, and offer to crew for them, right? And get experience to what it's like to be on a boat. Once you do this, then you're going to move one step closer. Now, you've heard me say before that we become what we think about most often. Earl Nightingale Conant said it many, many times. When we focus on a thought with persistence, passion, we will attract that into our life. Now, if you think about something that doesn't happen, well, you probably didn't put a lot of anything into that thought. But one of the most important things is to put feeling into that thought. You see, just to think about something is great. Like, you want to make $1 million, great. But if you don't feel the $1 million, if you don't feel what it's going to be like, not going to get any closer to it. What is something you could do right now to become, I don't know, let's say you want to become a better bird watcher. What's one step you could take to become a better bird watcher? Get a bird watching book. Go get some binoculars, right? What's one step you could take to becoming a better version of yourself? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're already doing it. To become a better version of yourself, you have to first open up your mind and your heart to wanting to learn more information. When you do this, magic happens. But it doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual progression. Let's say you wanted to become the best soccer ball player. What's one thing you could do? Well, you could watch all the great soccer players, watch the games, go to the games, but then going outside and dribbling the soccer ball, kicking it around, taking passes to other players. If there's a friend of yours and you want to practice going back and forth, maybe to become a better soccer player, you could spend time to learn the rules. So if you know the rules better, then you're going to be able to use those to your advantage and actually have other people that you can actually either get off sides or things like that. What's one thing you could do right now to become a person with more integrity? Now that's a real loaded question. How do you become a person with more integrity? It's really simple. First, you have to have the thought and the desire to want to have more integrity. That's number one. Number two, once you've got more integrity, you're going to be able to attract. So how do you get more integrity? Well, I think one of the most important things is to realize why you're doing it. You're doing it to become a better version of yourself, and you're doing it to help others. You're not doing it to get up on a soapbox. You're not doing it to become top of your game. You're doing it because you want to care about others. What if I asked you to be a person that is top in let's take something that a lot of people don't talk about every day. Maybe you want to become top in your field at making coffee. Now your office doesn't have a barista and coffee is not your business, but you want to become the best at coffee making. Why? Because if you can get other people to start thinking about you outside of the business world, you're going to create more of a dichotomy and more of a place that people want to communicate with. When you go to social events, it's great. But when you go to a social event and you don't talk business and somebody else asks you, what do you do? Or they talk to you, that's an open invitation. It's not a time for you to spend 17 hours on it. But when you've done that, you talk about it. Now, if they need you, they're going to remember you. What if you wanted to become the best that you could be at being a person that's able to relate well to others? That's a tough one. How do you become a person that's the best at relating well to others? Well, first thing you have to ask yourself is, how do you relate to yourself? And if you want to relate well to others, you got to first see, how are you doing? Is there a benchmark? Are people gravitating towards you? Are you attracting people or are you repelling people? Do people want to be around you? Okay. Now, what if I said to you right now, I want you to become a person that has the most gratitude possible? How would you even accomplish having the most gratitude? Wow. I think the first thing you have to do is start by being grateful for even simple things. Like, I'm grateful for this cup of water here. I'm grateful for the fact that I'm here to talk to all of you great people tonight. I'm grateful that there's technology out there to take my voice, to take my video, and to share it all around the world. I am grateful that I can make a difference in people's lives, and they can then use that to make a difference in other people's lives. That's pretty cool. What if I asked you right now to become the best person you could be at rock climbing? How would you even start? You never rock climbed before. Well, maybe you're going to watch a YouTube video. Maybe you're going to talk to a friend that rock climbs and ask them, what do I need to know? Maybe you're going to go to a rock climbing place, like a indoor rock climbing mountain place. Maybe you're going to go get the gear. Or maybe you're just going to maybe act like an apprentice to people that already climb mountains very well, indoors. What if I asked you right now to become a top mathematician? How would you do that? Take one step closer to your goal. Start to embrace and love numbers. Now, if you don't love numbers, you can't make it up, right? But if you love your life, one person that I know one time said this, and it's shared all over the internet, and it's the hashtag is love life. And love life is important. And we're not talking about anything romantic. We're just talking about the fact that we're embracing who we are. We're embracing the world. We're embracing our community. And we're embracing what's around us. And when we do that, more things pop up in our life that we can become grateful for. That, my friends, is so amazing. What if you wanted to become grateful at something you don't have yet? Well, you can be grateful for the part that you already are. So if you're saying, well, John, I'm not a millionaire yet. Okay, well, just be grateful for the money you have. Be grateful for the skills you have today. Be grateful for the connections you have today. Be grateful for all the things that you have done in your life. What if you would want to get to one step closer to being a person that is able to balance their life? How would you do that? You start realizing that your life has different parts or compartments, and you start understanding how that works. If I asked you to become, let's say, a person that has lost weight, how would you do that? Well, John, I don't know. Yeah, sure you do. Start writing down, start logging, start using a program like MyFitnessPal, logging what you eat. Logging what you eat. That's pretty cool. But what would you do right now if I told you that you could do anything? If I told you you could do anything and you believed it, it would be true. But if I told you that and you didn't believe it, you know what would happen? Absolutely nothing. You wouldn't achieve anything. That's pretty cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know by now, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been a privilege, a pleasure, and an honor to be with you again this evening. And I hope that you got some value out of this and you will share it out to everyone you know. And then go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MRLEY Space Serial Entrepreneur, and look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. And then make the choice to buy my team and I a cup of coffee. We'll be so grateful with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, and even new staff to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational, inspirational content to get you off your butt into action, taking the steps you need to achieve the goals that you've been wanting to for a lifetime. I hope you have a wonderful rest of it. Hey, Karina, thank you so much for saying that. You hear news? Hey, do you hear? What news are we talking about before I have to sign off? Anything specific? I've been really busy today, to be honest, with lots of stuff going on. I didn't know anything was sad, unless we're talking about something in Ukraine. I'm not sure. If you want to tell me what that is, that'd be great. Oh, yes, yes, I did hear the news. That is as very tragic. I just heard about that the other day. He was a great man. There was a gentleman in one of the groups that I'm in that actually sold all kinds of different water systems, and he passed away. Rest his soul. Um, I guess just the other day, and to be honest, I was quite shocked that that happened. He was pretty young, um, and to hear that, was very disheartening. And so that just goes back to a point that I want to share with you all, and that is that we as people need to become grateful. That's great. Yes. We've been using SY for years. It is one of our major products in the studio. We need to be grateful for everything we have in our life right now. When I get up every morning, the first thing I do is to be grateful for the fact that I'm alive, that I've taken a breath, and that I'm able to get out of bed and I'm able to walk. And I'm grateful for every moment of my life, every second, every breath, and every person I get to connect with. It has been an amazing journey with you guys tonight. Please do, if you feel compelled and you'd like to help us out, make the choice to keep our content free and click on that link under my YouTube channels, John C. Morley, Serial Entrepreneur. And buy my team and I a cup of coffee. We'll be so grateful. As I told you, we'll invest into everything to give you the most jaw-dropping, inspirational content. We know when you want to get motivation, you have a choice. And I'm grateful that all of you come to hear the wonderful news that we have. We've now broken, I understand, close to 2,000 downloads, and we're on a mission to actually hit 10,000. So I am really psyched with everything that's been happening. Crinder, thank you so much for joining us, and everyone else for joining us. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. I know this has been fun. We have a little bit more to go. But remember, when you want to achieve a goal, you have to take the first step, because if you don't take the first step, that journey will never, ever start. And that is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you real soon.